Purpose. It's what gets you out of bed, gives you energy to chase your goals, and shines a light on your daily grind. Without purpose, everything feels aimless. No direction, no spark. And yes, it even decides what ends up in your garage.
When I brought Eleanor into my life, it was destined to be more than just another scooter. It was to become my project scooter. So all the modifications and upgrades that I did over the years, everything had intent. And that intent formed the backbone of this build journey. Now this was not done to show off, or I never wanted like bragging rights, but this was used to learn, evolve and get better with every iteration.
If you remember part 1 of Eleanor's build, we kicked things off with an 8-litre fuel tank, a beefier rotor from RCB and adjustable shocks as well. Now we enter round 2 because the RCB left rear shock started leaking out of nowhere and it needed replacement.
Now the glaring problem with the Yamaha Aerox has always been ride quality. They've managed to fix it to some extent, but I personally feel it still lacks that pleasant feeling that you expect out of your ride. So the adjustable shocks continue. These are from G Ren. They are fully adjustable and I've also tuned it to the softest setting possible because I think in this setting it feels absolutely fantastic, like a proper city scooter. But when you buy these shocks, you also get stiffer springs in the very same box. So in case you want a firmer ride out of your everyday ride, you can swap them and experience it. I personally think that this works really well because when you're riding it in the city, you really want to experience that plush feeling. So this is good. I've also upgraded the front forks. So this is now a fully adjustable setup. Comes with high and low speed compression and high and low speed rebound. Plush when you want comfort, firm when you want control. And now we move on to the brakes, and this is the juicy bit. There's a G Ren rotor paired with a G Ren caliper, steel braided lines and an RCB master cylinder up front. It might feel like an overkill, but this is a quick scooter. So the faster you go, the faster it has to stop. I know what you guys are thinking. Bhai, तूने कितना खर्चा किया इस स्कूटर पे? I will talk about that number at the end of this video, but for now, let's move on to the other side. Yup, the rear has got a disc too. I told you, right? The aftermarket world for the Aerox 155 is absolutely crazy. So I've removed the rear wheel. I've fit in a new wheel. It comes like that. And you also have a G Ren caliper coupled with a RCB master cylinder. As far as the bite is concerned, it is sharp, so it takes a while getting used to. But when you're used to it, it builds so much more confidence overall. Oh, and by the way, the front wheel is also changed. So when you pair the front wheel and the rear wheel, they're lighter alloys, not by a lot, by about 400-500 grams. But less unsprung mass is always a good thing. Now under the hood, there are two upgrades that I want to talk about. One, I've installed the UMA air filter, and I've also installed aftermarket CVT rollers. Now both of these upgrades are designed to make the Aerox feel a little more punchy in the bottom end. So the acceleration feels better, it also opens up a lot more cleanly. I've also realized that the way this gets to 100 kilometers per hour just feels quicker, a little more urgent. I haven't been able to time it yet. This is just based on a before and after feeling, but this feels different in a very nice way.
Oh, and for the long missed feature, I now have a proper pass light thanks to a new left-hand switchgear. LEDs replace the old indicators at the rear, and RCB bar end weights finish off the subtle aesthetic touches. The 8-litre tank lives on, giving me a safe 200 to 220 km range before the next fill.
And now summing it up with the real question, was it worth it? Absolutely yes. Now the total build cost over a lakh, but remember, Eleanor wasn't bought, it was built with purpose, and that's the very word that drove this build. Now the suspension and brake upgrades, they are not your regular upgrades, they are mission critical because if done right, they can really transform your ride. Now this build, it wasn't a flex, it was about function, feel and fitness for purpose, because I honestly feel that this scooter now feels confident, responsive, and it really feels like a different scooter. I really enjoy riding it. I would like to give a big shout out to Aditya from Hyper Tourer for getting these parts and BG Customs from Mumbai for putting it all together. By the way, when all of this was coming together, there was a small meetup that happened and I saw so many Aerox owners who came with their scooters for the meetup, and every scooter looked different, and I was so happy to see that there is a small community that's really invested in a scooter. So really happy to see that. But this is not the end of the story. Part 3 is not too far away, but I would like to build this together, you and I. What is it that you would like to see? Is it performance upgrades, aesthetic upgrades, different ergonomics? What is it? Drop your requests in the comments below and we will try making it happen. On that note, thank you so much for watching. My name is Varun Painter and I will see you later. Based on a before and after feeling, but it definitely feels different.